So the general Bodhicitta, motivation Bodhicitta, then is so normally when I say the to the extensive offering, the say to the food or the extensive offering. I mean, there's the extensive offering other times you see when you make offering, but there are also food offering, extensive offering. So, so the motivation, Bodhicitta, see the one generate, say, they say, yeah, thinking, this, start with my life is, my purpose of my life is to benefit others, and that means, start with that. Then, then they say, they say, all the past, present, all the past from beginningless, but and the present, future, all the happiness received, received from every sentient being of the whole realm. So like that, we say every realm, okay? Every sentient from each realm, so the most kind, most precious. So, most kind, most precious are this one or that. Then be aware how much they're suffering, then liberate them from oceans or some sort of suffering, and cause karma to bring enlightenment. It's possible. Then therefore I must achieve enlightenment. It's possible. Therefore I'm going to. Then therefore see. So by keeping the sentient beings in your heart, instead of I, then keeping the sentient beings in your heart. Okay. So that watch your mind, and you see. But that's why important to remember how they are so precious, how they are kind. Then then that helps to feel the sentient in your heart. So without that, if you have realization, Bodhicitta, of course, no question there, but they just simply, I'm much achieving life, unfortunately, means just that you don't, not necessarily advance individual people, but, most of them not necessarily to feel in your heart, okay? So that, so teaching life, okay, therefore, I must achieve life, okay? So possible. So, and therefore, for that reason, then, there are three things. Okay, then I'm going to practice eating yoga. This is very important. Eating yoga. So what it means is that the Hinayana way, so the eating yoga, that is without anger attachment, Yeah, well, basically without 3% mind, you see. So enough to sustain your life and to practice Dharma. So you eat that, okay? So I mean, saying like that, just to achieve liberation, for oneself, so like that, okay? So, so say, then you see the Bodhisattvas eating yoga, that is, you see, yourself is servant. You are a servant to serve all the sentient beings. The sentient beings are balls, okay? Okay. The Lord Cho. So I don't know how to translate it, but then the Lord. So sentient beings, you see. So say serve them, you see, to free them from oceans of samsara suffering and bring them to enlightenment. Okay, so see, then, so this is the Bodhisattva's way of eating yoga, you know. So see, you eat the food so that for you to serve sentient beings. So okay, so that means basically, you know, everything, whatever you do, food. I mean, they say food purpose of having shelter, dress. I mean, it's for sentient beings. See, so everything. I'm using the food as an example. All the rest is the ideas is like that. You know, Bodhisattvas is the motivation. You know, it's all, everything for sentient beings. You know, so you see, then you need to. Well, for that you need to say long life, and you need to survive. You know, healthy and all that. See, so everything becomes for sentient beings. You know. You see. So that then you see. Say, then the eating yoga in the tantra, you see. Then the eating yoga, that is you see, tsog, making tsog offering. Making tsog offering. So two ways. It's either tsog offering or the fire offering burning ginseng. Offering burning practice. Jin is offering, sek is burn, ginseng, you know, offering burning practice. Or just to say, when doing English, just very short, fire puja, but that's very simple. Say, ginseng, jin offering and sek burning. Then offering, how you offering, then by burning. See, of course you offer the deity, you know. So offering burning practice. Either that or it's offering, okay? So so they say so the so yourself the guru genesis, okay? Yourself the guru genesis. Then you see see guru genesis. So then you see or the other ones, you know, they besides that also at your heart, you know, the silver she, that, you know, that is all the merit field, you know, guru and then the Buddhist guru, the Buddha, you know, Bodhisattva, the Arhat, Dharma, everything. So that's everything. Then, so you see, then you see that making offering to them. So enjoying the food in that way. See, enjoying the food in that way. So when you think, yourself the guru generously, guru and yourself the guru generously. So from very beginning of sadhana, guru absorbed within you. You see, guru absorbed within you. Then your man becomes dharmakaya. You see, so I mean, they say you know, it starts your sadhana. So they start your practice from very beginning like that. You see. So however, so your self guru changes one. So then, you see, then every drink, you see, every eating, every spoon of food, every drink, you see, you offer to the Guru Genesis, you see. Then, by thinking Guru especially, with that mindfulness, and then you collect, with each one, you collect the highest merit, most extensive merit, okay? Then, when you drink one drop of water or tea, you see, I mean, the offer, you drink one sip or one drop or one spoon of food, you collect it in the most highest, most extensive merit by thinking Guru, you see. You offer the most extensive merits like this merit offering to numberless Buddha, numberless Dharma, numberless Sangha, numberless statue, numberless stupa, numberless scriptures, not of this world, the whole all the universe. Okay, now you make offering to all those numberless Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, numberless statues, stupa, scripture. Then now think you think you are Guru. You think by stopping the ordinary appearance, the ordinary thought that you are ordinary, being then Guru, you see, think Guru, then you one drop of tea or one sip of tea or water or spoon of food or one nuts, one chocolate, the better one chocolate. Swiss chocolate. So one chocolate, you see. Anyway, but the merit you collect most excessive, far more greater than the merits you collected. Then the merits you collected offering to numberless Buddha, numberless Dharma, numberless Sangha, numberless statue, numberless stupa, numberless scriptures, okay? All those merits you compare to offering to Guru, one spoon of food or one chocolate or one veggie or one drop of water, okay? You collect a far more greater merit, highest, most excellent merit, okay? All the merits are made offering to, without offering Guru, just the numbers of Buddha, Sangha, numbers of statues, all that becomes small. All that compared to this, they're small. But itself is just, no question. Wow, amazing, most amazing. But compared to offering merits, how much merit you collect offering the Guru, you see, that's the most extensive. That's okay. Not that they become smaller. not first big, then small. No. Just compared to this, that's small. That's small. That merit small. Compared to this, that's small. Okay, itself is unbelievable. I'm talking this way. So you have to understand the karma, how powerful karma is. So remember that. Okay. So I want to say that you see. So I say talk is, you see, so you bless into talk into the nectar, okay. So that see. So anyway, I'm talking not there's not much talk offering as the. I mean, at the end of the medicine with the puja, there's not you don't use matana and the bala matana. You don't use that. Just torma. It's a talk. Then some they do that and the puja. But not bala matana. You can't have this. Is not high tantra. It's lower tantra. So anyway. Talks meant the highest tantra practice, very powerful highest tantra practice, and they hook the purified diligence of my vows, okay? And then hook the realizations clear light and illusory body, the madana, alcohol, the madana, the term that you use for the madana. So you don't use ordinary alcohol like that. that gives ordinary kind of ordinary drink. You see that, that. So of course you have to visualize, the transcendental wisdom and dual. I know these two things again. And so great bliss. That say. So that say. Oh, so that's the real, meaning of talk. And there's the blessing. Okay. So anyway, I say. So it hooks clear light realization, which is then this way you are able to achieve dharmakaya. Then the bala, by eating bala, by blessing and eating that, then it hooks the realization of illusory body, which is the cause of rupakaya. And then then you are able to perfectly walk towards sentient beings. Okay, so that to bring them to enlightenment, that's to quickly. Okay, so that. Liberate them from oceans, sometimes suffering. So, so so the talk is, very important practice. So to purify what there's some vows. Okay, that it comes. Then also to please the guru and things like that. So it's a great thing. So. So if one cannot do self-initiation because one hasn't done retreat, the hashtag retreat, then it says they cannot do self-initiation. Then otherwise, then what you can do is, besides Bodhisattva, you can do the tsog offering, the tantra practice tsog offering. So it's very powerful. So anyway, so this. So then you see, bless in that, and then bless into that, then you say, bless in that, and then you offer, then to the meditate field. Then meditate field, which means essence is one thing. Essence is one. Is a guru. Essence is one. So meditate field, the most powerful meditation guru is that's the essence. So anyway, then you say when you every time when you eat and drink, thinking guru is your guru deity. You say whatever deity you see. So guru the deity. Okay. So you collect. With every bite, with every eating, with every drinking, you collect the most extensive marriage, most extensive marriage. Okay, then of course, it's done with bodhicitta motivation. Then you collect with every eating, with every biting, drinking, you collect limitless scars of marriage. You have to understand. With every eating and drinking, you collect limitless scars of marriage. With every drinking, with every eating, okay? Because since that was done with bodhicitta motivation, okay? At the beginning. So all like this. So can imagine, wow, that means more plate of rice, bigger plate of food you eat, more merit, Bigger plate of food, you see. You eat, more merit. So if you eat two plates of food, more merit, So like Hisona Son, which Rinpoche was telling during when he was giving advice for retreat, Yamata retreat, you see, Rinpoche was telling the monks and Kadashas, you see, and that was saying, the benefits of inner offering, benefits of blessing the food, you see. Rinpoche was talking there, eating that way, you see. So then very healthy mind, very healthy body, and then no white hairs and like that. I think long time I didn't have white hair, long time. But I think this I think what I thought was a long time I didn't have. I was surprised I didn't have what I had. And I thought because of the offering, because I got happy. Well, I got degenerated afterwards. But I think in the for many years I got habituation this blessing the food. You see, so I think with that I think yeah, for a long time, I didn't have what I have for a long time. So I think this is what I myself have thought like that. You see, I mean it is mentioned normally teachings, but of course then I think I got to generate my practice. So I think become then now I say now I say say so I think I say now I say I say very close to death, very close to death, you see. So but this I'm just telling what I thought, you see. For a long time I was surprised, was I mean age is old but I didn't have a long time. So I was quite surprised. And then so I thought it was because because you get habituated in this, and then when you get habituated it becomes very easy, you see. Well, you can get habituated not doing eating, and then you can habituate that, or you can get habituated in the practice, you see. So so anyway so so you see now your life, you're eating 1 hour or half hour, drinking, eating. Now if you do the meditation like this, so can you imagine your life? Wow, most amazing. You become so much closer to enlightenment with all this merits, with each drinking, with each eating, most extensive merit. And done with Bodhicitta, limitless. With each eating, with each drink, you collect limitless kinds of merits. So that's, if you miss this, so can you imagine this? Half hour, 1 hour like that, whatever you see. Wow. Can you imagine? I'll tell you one thing. In the world, you see, in the world, people in the world, somebody who is more compassionate, then you are sincere, some help to animal people. Yes, but otherwise it's the same as animal. No one single virtue in the life at all. No one single virtue with the body, no one single virtue with the speech, no one single virtue with the mind. just as no difference from animals. See? No matter how much wealth they have, no matter how much intelligence they are, education they have, vast education, but no dharma, you see. So life's empty. So you see, no one single virtue, okay? So you see, totally with the unless somebody who has some compassion. Otherwise, you see, everything's with the attachment, okay? Some with the anger and the ignorance, mostly attachment to this life. Total dharma, okay? So every eating, every biting, every eating, drinking, completely everything cause, everything you see, everything, not only cause of samsara, but non-virtue. Everything non-virtue. Everything cause of lordism. Every drink, every eating cause of lordism. Yeah. Within that 1 hour, 2 hour, how much they eating, is the thing. So more you eat, more you drink, it's more than karma. And more cause of the lordism. So that, so Then, you see, not only that, eating, walking, sitting, sleeping, doing job, everything need karma. Cause of the Lord realm. Not just cause of some stuff, cause of the Lord realm. Lord, in a seven rebirth, you see, like that. 24 hours like this. 24 hours like that. Whole life like that. Can you imagine? So exactly the same as animals. It's insects. Exactly the same. It's alive. Exactly the same. I mean, one has human body, one has animal, but way of living, way of thinking, exactly the same. Not miss. Exactly the same. Okay? All like that. So you see, the success of, so therefore, success or happiness in the life, it's only, there happens, success or happiness in life happens only if they have created good karma from past lives. Only if there's good karma collected from past lives. Only that. Then they will have success. You know, business, success, business, or see, I mean, I say, whatever happiness, comfort what they're wishing for, build a house or, you know, a family house or whatever, car or whatever, swimming pool, I mean, whatever comfort with it. If there's good karma, merit, you know, collected from past. Otherwise, not. Impossible. Impossible. Without good karma from past, impossible. Even when you feel hot, cool air passing through, that pleasure depends from past karma. Even that. You know? So everything, if there's karma from past life, good karma, oh, it was success. Otherwise, not. So that's why many people have degree, university degree, this education, but doesn't mean you can find a job easily. Doesn't mean you can find, everybody can find a job easily and make money easily. No, not necessarily. Some people find, some people easily, some people not. Many people not. See, many people can't find a job if there's education, but they can't find a job for many years. I have seen people. You know, and then that place you go a few years, you meet the person, oh, I didn't find a job. You know, that. So anyway, I want to mention that first. It's an introduction. Okay, that's the introduction. So now here you Buddhist. I mean, you know, learning Buddhism. You see, so now. You know, or the Tantra. So now, if this didn't get done, can you imagine? You have unbelievable opportunity. This is incredible. Wow, what you can do in your life. Well, if you don't know, if you know but you didn't get practice, can you imagine what you lost? You know, what a loss of life. This, you know, 1 hour, even it's 1 hour, 2 hours. How long taking time to eat? Depends how much food there is. Anyway, so can you imagine how much you lost in your life? Wow. You know, really. This lost a billion zillion dollars is nothing. That's nothing. This one's, you know, oh, can you imagine this? With the Bodhicitta, you collect limitless scars of merits. With every eating, with every drinking. You know? Can you imagine that? And they say, and all this become cause of enlightenment. Every eating, every drinking become cause to achieve enlightenment. Wow. Highest success in the life. Highest success in the life. Forget about the person who is the most successful life in the world. You know, this no matter how much money you see. So that's in the world, you see, interpret, that's world recognition. Anyway, so you are the most successful person. You become it, you see. So, so everything become, every drink become cause of enlightenment. Every eating become cause of enlightenment. Wow. Not only cause of enlightenment, but this is see quick path to enlightenment. Quick path to enlightenment. This with Tantra practice, you know, Tantra practice. Then they often the Guru says that in the Tantra practice, quick path to enlightenment. So the so each time you drink, each time you eat, and what you experience, you know, you see that you see. So especially the high Tantra, you see and here most of us we have taken initiation, I think. Maybe some men not have taken, but anyway, so infinite bliss, okay? And then everyone can understand. I mean, understand the non-dual emptiness. However, that's the meditation. According to Lama Yeshe, according to Lama's advice is that they're generating the four bliss, you know, while you're eating and drinking. Generating the four bliss, you see, the highest practice. So, so you see, so this is how become quick path to enlightenment. You know, this is there's a samaya or food. You see, when you take initiation, they're making a tormo from the samaya with food. This is what it is. When you eat food, it's samaya. That's to meditate. You see. So anyway. And then you see, that means, by the way, by the way, this causes to achieve liberation from samsara, by the way, you know. And by the way, all the happiness, future life, the good birth, all that thing comes by the way. So you see, then without thinking, you know, about the happiness, about success, happiness, whatever you see, you know, the comfort, whatever, this life, without thinking, without looking for it, just come naturally. So you see, like that, without being attached, even without thinking for that. So by the power of Dharma, you see, because so much you create, made good karma you created. This is what happens. Even you pray to not happen. Even you pray to not happen, you know, to not have a comfort, to not have a, if you pray to not happen, because since merit is collected, it happens. If you pray, it doesn't happen, you see. If you pray, you know, for example, you plant a seed and the prayer to not grow, you see, it grows because you prove, you know, under the soil condition there, you plant seed and pray to not grow. It doesn't stop as it grows. Good condition there. So same, you see, once you create merit, it happens. That so therefore nobody died in starvation by practicing Dharma. Nobody died in starvation in the past. Gazdamba Geshe Kamlungpa said, you know, Dharma practitioner, you see, who died in starvation, I never heard in the past, and I will never hear in the future that he said that. But looking like practicing Dharma, but not actually practicing Dharma, yes, that can happen. That can suffer. You see, dying starvation happens. But if you're really practicing Dharma, it doesn't happen. So, you know, that means you see, of course, it means renounce the eight-fold Dharma, you know, renounce the eight-fold Dharma, able to the eight-fold Dharma. So living life without that, you see. So that means that's what it means, the practice Dharma. So therefore, Gautama Geshe Kalungpa saying with his own experience, he never heard but Dharma practitioner died in starvation in the past. And also we want to hear also in the future. Like that, okay? So anyway, so let's see. So what I'm saying, so like this, So therefore, you know, when we eat food during retreat, when we even in normal life you are unable to do, but during when you do retreat, then it's good to follow this, good to attempt this. And then in normal even life, if you're able to do that, even not all the time, but able to do that, it's unbelievable. So you make within that half hour or 1 hour, whatever, makes your life most productive, most beneficial for sentient beings. Okay, and a quick power and quick way to reach, to achieve enlightenment. Okay, and a quick way to liberate number of sentient beings from the oceans of samsara and suffering and bring to enlightenment. So here during retreat, and then you have to keep silence in the morning, then until you finish your food, and then until you finish food, and silence is a very, very good and very important. There's a Sarah Che, very high Lama, Jedu Khamba, who has a hermitage in Tibet. You see, ceremonies here, the big mountain, here is hermitage way up there, hermitage. So this Jedu Khamba. So whenever he eats food, he doesn't talk. He's silent. You see, whenever he eats food, the tantra practice, samaya of the food. You see, so it doesn't want to miss that. You see, part to cook achieve enlightenment quickly. Okay, so that so that's many have taken also. The initiation high tantra. So then you see, I think become very important. So even you haven't taken the high tantra initiation, but even lower tantra initiation, so those same extremely important. That's part of that's part of the retreat. The part of the retreat. You see, that's that meditation doing even when you eat food. You see, and to do. Eat food with the meditation. Eat food with the meditation. You see yourself generously. Guru, you see, Guru generous. Okay, then offering to Guru. See, with that mindfulness, and then okay, every spoon of food. You see, so that meditation, all the other things you know that your heart generously. That's everything. So you also Guru generously, but all the heart. That's everything. Okay, Sri, silver Sri is everything, as I mentioned before. Okay, so then. Offering to all that, okay? Gurus, Buddha Sapa, everything, see, all the measure field, and make off them, okay? So like this, everything become quick path to enlightenment, okay? On the quick way to liberate from samsara, okay? So therefore now, see, what happens? If you I say, so now, if you do this, if you say you do tantric way of eating yoga, okay? If you do this, then if you do this. Then you see that you don't receive pollutions. You don't receive pollutions. You see, by people offer the food, by people with the devotion. People offer the food to you, and devotion. You see, then you see, then you're receiving pollution. You see, so it doesn't happen. You don't receive pollution, and you see, it become instead of receiving pollution, it becomes nectar for you. You see, it becomes nectar. You transform it into nectar. See. So the unconceivable, most unimaginable merits to collect. Wow, skies of merits you collect. With each eating, drinking. Wow, and then quick way to achieve enlightenment. Wow, it's receiving pollution. See, like that, and then the purification, unbelievable purification come as well. So otherwise, then so of course, so difficult to live in pure vow, and then you see they receive much pollution. You see, even one who's living, that's no question. Then with unable to live pure power. But even who are living pure power, still I think maybe the same pollution. I think but this pollution doesn't mean gas or oil or not that not Western pollution, that thing. External pollution. It is mental to the mind. Okay. So much heavier the obscuration than the external pollution. That so the external pollution doesn't make you to be reborn Lord realms if you die, But this pollution makes you to be reborn Lord realm, hell realm, like that. Okay, this mental pollution. So the so actually it's a retreat. This should be part of that. You see, the practice. I think I could explain. I said the beginning. You see, I think now there's only a few days left, and must do that. Must get. So then this way you get. Say, you learn how to do retreat. You learn how to do retreat. And basically, this becomes kind of like preparation. Say, that you see, you get knowledge. So. Yeah, so you see. So now, without doing this practice, okay, without practicing yoga, the way of eating yoga, okay, then you see what happens is then, what happens is that, so eating with delusion, okay. Now, then you see you have little merit collected from past. It can run out. Little merit what you collect in the past to get this food, run out. It's like you made little money by having done job in the past. You collect some money, okay? You're just spending. You're not increasing. You're just spending. It's like that. So. So the little merit what you collect in the past, as a result, is finishing. So it's so your comfort is finishing, making shorter and shorter, less and less. See. So if I'm not collecting merit again, you see. So you are just living past result, past. You see the little merit is here. So just living result on that. When that's finished, when that merit finished, then you don't have this comfort. Okay, so that's one thing. That's one thing. The other thing, you are eating food, drinking, become cause of samsara. Stained by samsara shortcomings. All the problems become cause of samsara. Then when you call it become cause of samsara, then you experience all the problems of samsara, which is suffering of samsara, all of that. So then say, what else? That's another one. That's one. The other one is the cause of the law realms. Cause every eating, drinking, being cause of the law realms. So like that. See. So we purify during session. Then when we purify during session, then when we're eating, we create cause of law realm. We create cause of the law realm. Say rapidly. So that. So there's these four things. Running little merit what you had, which brings this food. From that you get this food. Okay, you run out. Then the other one is it becomes. Then it's stained by the shortcomings of samsara. Because of samsara, that means you experience all the suffering of samsara. You see that okay from this. The other one is even the lower realm, cause of the lower realm. You see, those are most unbearable suffering. So like that. So then by doing this practice, it stops all that. Then they say, okay, so eating, so eating, and then the so offering the, the house master offers inner offering the same. Then the you eat dinner. You make offering. You have to good day. Then I say, say the. Also, so with that experience, you see, then the that experience, and then the other the offering burning practice that is ginseng, you see. So the one you see in the fire, then you have visualize deity, and you offer in the mouth of the deity. You offer in the mouth of the deity, some to the holy body, some of the beams, and some under the feet. You see like that, depending on which substances. So. So here you see the, same, also guru, the most important thing to mindfulness, guru, you see. So here you yourself guru deity, then you offer like, or you offer to offer in the mouth, with holy mouth, like that, you see. So I say, so that you see, that. So the eating yoga. So the one is therefore I'm going to practice eating yoga. Okay. So this, and the other one is say make offering to Guru Dhamma Sangha. Make offering to Guru Dhamma Sangha. It's after you bless food, then you offer, say, to Guru Dhamma Sangha. Okay. So. When you have to bless, you see, like that. Of course, if you recite the clouds of mantra, the clouds of the mantra of the clouds of offering, then you see the numberless Bodhisattvas. They receive each offering is multiplied numberless to them. To each Bodhisattva, this even starts like that when you recite the mantra. So anyway, however, you see, so I offer to, see, so offer to the Guru Puja merit field is offer to the Guru Puja merit field. See the so the in the center Lama Zopa Rinpoche chant, then every merit field has numberless pores, and every pores. Numberless pores, and every pause is all the gurus and numberless Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, numberless statues, everything you think about, and then you make offering. So, I think Neil has already explained. So first thing, see the extensive offerings in all the epicenter center. Extensive offerings in all the epicenter center. When you are reciting this mantra class offering, you must remember all that. You must remember all the offerings epicenter center combo. Okay, extensive offerings. You can offer that. Then the house, Washington is a matter of purely and retreat place, and the flowers outside, inside. Then there's so many thousands of light offerings. There's also light in even daytime, not only night of daytime. So offered so many those. There's many Christmas, those different kind of lights, many thousand light offering, and then so many water offerings in different rooms, and then especially the room on stayed there. So the food offerings, and then also the cultivation, the up to the house, there's all the flowers outside inside, and then so many thousands light offerings, and then there's a big light, many Christmas light offerings. Then there's so many water offerings, so many in a big bowl, many water offerings, and then there's for food offerings too, like that. So then then here you have offerings, the offerings here, the tent, and then also in the building there offering there, in my room, the offerings. So you can think of that. So when you're blessing, when you're chanting mantra, you remember all these offerings, and then that which you are blessing and multiply. See the okay. So so the so the married field, married field is the guru, okay. Just one. See, guru is that. Normally meditation, of course, there is the guru. So that's how it's done. The meditation normally is that. So anyway, even there's how many so how thousands, many thousands, whatever it is, but it's one. So that's the most important. That's the most important understanding. Most important understanding in the meditation visualization. You see, the Guru practice. So when you make offerings. So anyway, so each holy body is center one, and everyone has a number of pores. Each pore is all the gurus, numbers of Dhamma, Sangha, number of statues, everything. So then you offer all this, okay, and then offer and generated infinite bliss. Offer, and at the same time, your hand should be like this, prostrating. Take opportunity, using for married with the body. See, then make offerings. See, prostrate them, make offering, generate infinite bliss. The mind. Okay, so this is how you make offering. How to do that. So, generating great bliss within them is the essence of the offering. So you must remember that. So if you do that, they don't need that. They have already completed it. The transfer wisdom not to bliss. They say they have already done that. There's nothing more to experience, but it's for our merit, for us to collect merit. It's like offering back for us to collect merit. So we visualize that. You see. So that sooner or later, it creates karma. Sooner or later, we actually come to the path. The transfer wisdom is avoidance. So that we